Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki and today I'm going to be catching up with some reviews that I kind of forgot about, lol. So obviously this isn't my usual filming space. I pre-filmed a video yesterday and filmed in front of my sister's bookshelves, but unfortunately I can't use them right now because she's still asleep and I want to film something before I go to work. So I am filming in front of my new wall. This is going to be the new colour of my room. Welcome to my new wall. This is the colour I've chosen. It is called Whispering Sage and I love it. It's amazing. I'm hosting something called the GreenAthon over 2019 where we review and read all of John Green's books. There are 6 of them, so they are alternating in months. In January, we read Tales of the Way Down. In March, we read Will Grayson, Will Grayson. And in May, we read An Abundance of Katherines, of course, by John Green. I have fallen way behind with these reviews because I was supposed to be posting a review after we finished so that you could watch it and read along with me. But the reviews have kind of like taken a standstill. And I'm really sorry about that. And I'm here today, especially with An Abundance of Katherines, to kind of like catch up with them, I guess. Also in July we read Paper Towns, so there will be a review coming for that just before we start reading September's book, which is Looking for Alaska, which I am so excited for because my username on here, my favourite book of all time, is Looking for Alaska. So come and read my favourite book with me over September. I think it's from September 10th to October 10th, and in that time I will hopefully catch up with the Paper Towns review and also have a Looking for Alaska one up as well. I know for a fact that video is deadass going to be like 25 minutes long because I'm also annotating it as well. So it might take me a little bit longer to read, but I'm also putting more effort into the reading experience. But back to May's book of the month, An Abundance of Katherines. I actually enjoyed this more than I thought I would. So I gave this a 3.5 and I honestly thought I wasn't going to enjoy it that much because, to be honest, An Abundance of Katherines is one of those underrated John Green novels that not a lot of people talk about. It's basically about Colin Singleton, who has dated 19 girls, all having the same name, Catherine. The fact that all the girls he's dated have the same name is not the only similarity. He also gets dumped every single time. He is always the dumpy, not the dumper. So Colin and his friend Hassan decide to take a road trip south somewhere that they have no idea where they're going to, and decide to get away from all the Catherine nonsense by going on a road trip across the country. Colin is on a mission to prove the theorem of underlying Catherine predictability, God that was a mouthful, and that you can predict who is going to be the dumpy in the relationship and who is going to be the dumper. They stumble into this really small town that has a tampon factory and all are really close-knit, and it's just what they need to get away from all the Catherine drama. The description of this on the back, and what I personally know the story and how I can explain it, doesn't display or reflect the true story of An Abundance of Katherines that well, because it is really good. It is so cute. It's actually one of my favourite John Green novels now because it is just so underrated, and I feel like the description and trying to describe the book does nothing for it because it truly is in the material and how smart Colin is. Onto the things I did like. Again, I did like this a little bit more than I expected to. I really did enjoy Colin's character. He is so smart, and the fact that he is called Colin Singleton and has dated 19 girls named Catherine is a little bit like unrealistic, but I didn't really care while reading this. It was really easy to read, really fun, really light. I wanted to consume even more of it once I put it down. The characters in general, not just Colin's, were amazing. I really liked the characters, in particular Hassan. I loved him. He was everything that Tiny wanted to be in Will Grayson, Will Grayson. He was the positive fat Muslim friend that Colin needed to like get him out of his shell. They were the perfect Pisces to Aries like combination. Colin's shyness and daydreaming and like theories and stuff like that to Hassan's driven go mental attitude. They were a perfect pairing for me. Their friendship also wasn't perfect, and that is something that I loved as well, is the portrayal of friendship in this, platonic love. Although that he does date 19 girls called Catherine, and he does like create a theorem of relationships and predictability and stuff like that, most of the story follows him and Hassan going places and doing things. Their relationship together isn't unhealthy, but they do have arguments and they are displayed as true friends because not all friendships are rainbows and loveliness. They do have some battles that you need to get through first, especially with mental health and when you come from different life experiences as well. This is exactly what Colin and Hassan go through, and I really liked the way they grew together and started to understand each other even more than they did before. I actually do think that this was quite funny. I remember listening to the audiobook one day while I was getting ready and I just could not stop laughing. I'm not sure sure if it was just the like narrator of the audiobook or something, but man oh man, I was giggling to myself while getting ready. I think it's a really easy story to consume as well, like I've already said. It didn't take me very long at all, and it is quite short. It isn't that long at all, and I just really enjoyed it. It was like a little bite-sized laughter of sunshine. I really did like it. I do think that the storyline is very unrealistic, because 19 Katherines, I'm not sure how, you know, how someone manages to do that, but at the same time, I don't really look to John Green's books for the novel's story or etiquette or structure or anything like that, because I know that it's going to be vastly unrealistic like all of his other books. But it is fiction. It is supposed to not be 100% reflective of real life. John Green pushes that to like the maximum, but his characters for me and the way that he tells the story makes them so relatable and makes you think about your own life. It's just really well done for me, and that is why I love his books a lot and wanted to do this GreenAthon in the first place. I do think two parts of the story did wash over my head quite a lot, in the fact that they go to a town that has a tampon factory and they have to interview everyone from the town and like how much they like the tampon factory and stuff. It didn't really like, I don't know, it just kind of didn't sit right with me. I didn't really care about it that much, but again, I wasn't there for the story. I was definitely there for the characters because they were so funny and relatable. I also didn't really like the maths part of the storyline. That washed over me as well. We have like little footnotes where Colin's being intelligent, and I think that was enough to get that across. I'm not sure if the maths part of it needed to be there. I do think if you're not like a maths and science fanatic, the maths won't really make sense, but I think that the theorem was still really cool. I think it added to Colin's character, but I don't think all of it was 100% necessary, you know. It just kind of like whoop, didn't really add anything to the story at all. Last but not least, I do think that this book, unfortunately, like a lot of John Green's novels, hasn't aged in the best way possible, because there are some problematic scenes and descriptions in this, like with other John Green's work. At one point, he describes one of the female characters in this story as anorexic looking, and I didn't really appreciate this as someone who is recovering from an eating disorder. Like, what is your definition of anorexic looking? Because anorexia is a mental illness. It doesn't necessarily have to manifest in this stereotypical like thin, on the fucking verge of death stereotype. Anorexia can affect anybody, and saying that she's anorexic looking is a really weird way of saying that she's slim. Why not just say that she's small? There's no problem in having thinner characters, but when you start describing them in ways that is really problematic and doesn't age very well, especially when I'm reading this in 2019, I just didn't appreciate the fact that John Green actually said that. And when I read it, I was like, I can't believe that I just read that sentence. But all in all, I really did enjoy An Abundance of Katherines. Again, I gave it a 3.5, and I really hope that you guys did as well. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section below. Unfortunately, I have decided to stop the live shows for these books just because A, nobody was really up for being host, and I don't really want to do it on my own, and B, it takes a lot of time to create hosts, to like write down all my thoughts and what I want to say, actually say them eloquently, and then post it to my channel. It just drained my mental health a lot trying to do all of those things and more. So I have decided to stop doing the live shows, but I am still posting the reviews, which I think is enough. But there you have it. Those are my thoughts on An Abundance of Katherines. I know this video is kind of rushed. I know that it's not the best looking and the lighting is off all the time. It's fine. But hopefully in the next few days / week, we will be back on track with my room, and it will hopefully be done very soon. Thank you so much for watching this GreenAthon review. If you liked it, please give myself a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget that my Paper Town review of these will be coming very soon as well. I know I am very behind on all of the reviews, but I am really trying, and the fact that I've now finally filmed this when I was supposed to film it in June and it's now August, the fact that I have now filmed this is really just a weight off of my shoulders, and I'm sure now that that weight is gone, I can now film my Paper Towns one as well. Also, don't forget that we are reading Looking for Alaska, my favourite book of all time, from September 10th to October 10th, and then we will be picking up The Fault in Our Stars from November 10th to December 10th, and then we will be picking up Let It Snow, I think, on the 15th, and then reading it until the end of the year. So please make sure that you're following the GreenAthon Twitter and me on Twitter, because a lot of updates and stuff come through there. And if you haven't been following those two up until this point, you've been watching my YouTube videos and waiting for those, then you're probably really out of the loop. So make sure to go and follow those two accounts so that you can get all of the information as and when it comes out, as and when I want to tell it and stuff like that. I hope that you read with us for the rest of the readathon. We've only got 3 books left, 3 reviews left. We can do this. Let's do this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time that I upload. Bye! Follow GreenAthon and join in.